I hate it, you hate it, we all hate it. Seriously, I have never met a single person that has anything good to say about this game. Like many people, I loved the movie as a kid and even rented it one year for my birthday. So when I heard there was going to be a Robocop Nintendo game, I nearly shit my pants in excitement.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
I remember saving up my money to buy it. I was so excited. Robocop. Motherfucking Robocop. This is going to be the best game ever. Holy fuck, was I ever wrong.
You're gonna be a bad motherfucker.
This game is terrible. Oh sure, the graphics, music, and cutscenes are all decent, but the rest of it, complete garbage. Exhibit A. There is no jumping in this game whatsoever. Robocop can't jump, not even a little bit. And in some ways it makes sense. I mean, would a hulking piece of OCP hardware that was designed to be the badass of Detroit be light enough to jump? I highly doubt it. But in a platforming video game, having the ability to jump is critical. It is so critical that I can't even think of a single platforming game from the NES era that didn't include some form of jumping ability. Even Bionic Commando had a grappling ability that enabled players to dodge enemies and projectiles. Even if you can overlook the fact that Roboflop can't jump, you can't ignore this next bit. The gun, or lack thereof. Okay, yeah, technically our hero has a gun, but you have no control over when you can use it. The game decides for you. Seriously, why the fuck did this happen? Why was the game programmed to allow you to use the gun, but only at certain times? I mean, Robocop is supposed to be badass, right? Isn't he known for having foiled an attempted rape by shooting the perp in the dick from like 40 feet away, through the victim's dress, while her legs were kicking?
You better back up, pal! He's gonna kill her! He's gonna kill her! I got this bitch! He's gonna kill her, man! I got this bitch! He's gonna kill her!
Why then did Data East decide that the game would be better if they took away the player's ability to use the gun right from the beginning? Why not let the player decide for themselves? It simply defies all logic. One of the more common complaints that I hear about is the broken controls. Want to know what I mean? Just look at what it takes to go up or down any of the stairs. Yeah, the programmers did a horrendous job of determining when the game would actually acknowledge that the player was trying to climb up or down a set of stairs, but once you figure out where you need to be in order to execute it, it gets a little better. It still sucks and feels tedious, but it can be overcome, at least somewhat. Here's another point of contention. Explosions. You take damage from exploding enemies. So let's say you stand there and you beat an enemy and it explodes. Don't move into that explosion too quickly or you will take damage. Which means that a game that's already time sensitive, you have to stand there and waste, a couple of seconds waiting for that thing to finish exploding just so you can move forward. My only other gripe with this game is the confusion associated with the two status bars on the bottom left of the screen. As you can see, there is a T bar and a P bar. The T bar, of course, is the timer, while the P is Robocrap's power or life meter. Both can be replenished by squatting on each meter's associated batteries scattered at key points throughout each stage. That's right, Alex Murphy must squat down on the battery and essentially give himself a suppository in order to restore his energy. And we thought that him having to eat baby food in the movie was gross. Ugh. As a kid, I had no idea which battery actually did what, and would oftentimes find myself dying due to running out of time. It's kind of a minor gripe, I know, but it caused some unnecessary deaths sometimes. Especially when they place a time battery in an area that takes longer to travel to than you gain by picking it up. Aside from these annoyances and game mechanics, the game is also fairly difficult. The boss battles alone caused me to rage quit on numerous occasions. If you can pick up and hold on to the few gun upgrades available, it can make them a little bit easier. But they're still challenging and will push even the most grizzled veteran to the brink of insanity. Here's a great example. This gigantic fucking gun that comes up out of the floor. If you die and you don't keep that gigantic gun upgrade from earlier, you're pretty much fucked. You can't punch this thing to death, you can't shoot it with your regular gun, you can't shoot it with the machine gun. You just gotta stand there and shoot at it until you run out of time and basically die. So, without that gun upgrade, you're pretty much fucked. I remember using a Game Genie code once that helped me get deep into the game. But even with Game Genie codes, this game manages to just fucking suck. Yeah, when all is said and done, Roboflop was one of the worst games I ever played on the NES. Luckily, for anyone who does want to experience what it's like to be kicked in the face over and over again, you can get this game for relatively cheap. Although if you ask me, even $1 is paying too much for this pile of hot garbage.
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh yeah, and this game only gives you one life. You get like 3 continues, yeah, but 1 life. And once the game is over, the game is over. It has the game over screen, but the buttons on the controller become inoperative, which means if you want to reset this game, you actually have to physically get up and go reset the Nintendo. Which I guess comes in handy, because if you're going to be up at the machine anyway, you may as well take that cartridge out of the control deck and throw it out the fucking window. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. For Wrong With A View, this is Emmett. Happy gaming.